Once upon a time, in a sunny corner of a large, bustling garden, there stood a grand apple tree. This tree was not only the tallest in the garden, but it also bore the juiciest, reddest apples you could ever imagine. The tree was a proud one, with broad green leaves that shimmered in the sunlight, and a thick trunk that seemed to touch the sky. Beneath this magnificent tree lived a happy little bunch of garden animals, each with their own tiny home and distinct, colorful outfits. There was Benny Bunny, who always wore a blue jumper and had the fluffiest white tail. His ears were long and always stood up straight, listening to the sounds of the garden. Then there was Millie Mouse, small and quick, with a pink dress and a bright bow on her tiny head. Her whiskers twitched with every little sound and scent. Not to forget, there was Ollie Owl, wise and quiet, with big round glasses and a brown coat that made him look very distinguished. One sunny morning, the garden awoke to a startling mystery. All the apples on the grand tree were gone. Not a single apple was left, just tiny stems remained, swaying gently in the breeze where once the juicy red apples had hung. Who could have taken all the apples? It was quite the puzzle. First, the garden animals looked at Benny Bunny. With his long legs and love for jumping, perhaps he had hopped up high and taken the apple. But Benny was busy nibbling on a carrot in his burrow. His blue jumper was spotless, with no trace of apple juice. "I didn't take the apple," said Benny. "I've been here all morning sorting my carrots." Next, they peered into Millie Mouse's tiny house. Millie loved nibbles, and an apple was a treat she would never pass up. But there she was, tidying up her little nook, far too busy to have reached the tallest branch of the apple tree. Her pink dress was neat and tidy, and her bow perfectly in place. "Oh, I couldn't reach that high branch even if I wanted to," squeaked Millie. Then there was Ollie Owl, perched silently on his branch with a book. Owls could fly, couldn't they? Maybe Ollie had flown up when nobody was watching and taken a bite. But Ollie, looking over his round glasses, was too engrossed in his book about stars. His brown coat was buttoned up neatly, no signs of a sneaky midnight feast. "I've been studying the stars all night. I didn't even see the apples," hooted Ollie quietly. The little friends were baffled. Each had seen the apples the evening before, dreaming of tasting it, yet none had taken it. As they stood wondering and whispering, they heard a soft giggle from above. Looking up, they saw Rosie Robin, a small, cheerful bird with a red breast. Rosie wore a tiny, sparkly hat that twinkled in the sunlight. "Hello down there," chirped Rosie, fluttering her wings merrily. "Were you looking for the big red apples that was here? I saw it fall last night during the windstorm. It rolled all the way down to the stream." The friends were surprised and relieved, so none of them had taken the apple after all. Thanking Rosie, they all scampered down to the stream, a merry procession of bouncing, scurrying, and flying. There, right by the water's edge, was the big red apples, still looking delicious. The mystery solved, the friends decided to share their apples. Benny Bunny hopped up and down, washing his apple clean in the stream. Millie Mouse, with her keen little teeth, nibbled away the bad parts of her apple. Ollie Owl, ever the wise one, carefully divided his apple into even slices. And Rosie Robin, cheerful as always, pecked her apple into smaller pieces that were just the right size for a little bird. As they each enjoyed their own apples, they laughed and chatted, happy to share not just the fruit, but also the joy of their garden friendship. The sun began to set, casting long shadows and painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. With their tummies full and hearts light, they each returned to their homes, ready for a night of peaceful sleep, dreaming of more sunny days and garden adventures. And so the night fell quiet over the garden, with each little animal tucked in snugly, knowing that the best treats in life are those shared with friends. And the apple tree stood tall and proud, ready to grow more apples for more mysteries and fun. And that, little ones, is the story of who ate the apple in the garden. Good night, sleep tight, and may you dream of gardens and friendships just as sweet.